Hi everyone. I'm just furthering on Megan's Jewel Chick's comments. As a person who does suffer from pretty severe depression at times, it's quite difficult. But what can I say about it? I'm just getting over a pretty major sort of depressive cycle, and it was pretty bad. I was a long way down. Lots of really negative, horrible thoughts that went through my head. Anyway, all of it came about. I had been having a bit of trouble kind of coping with the amount of stuff that I've got to do, and I thought, well, I'll go to a psychologist just to help me with that. So that's what I did. The very first session, of course, the guy had my family history in front of him, and my history is one of abuse and all sorts of things, and it was pretty bad. But anyway, I didn't want to focus on that, and this guy said, "Oh, you can't possibly be over it." Well, that in itself put me into this major depressive spiral, and it was just awful stuff. Anyway, got to mid last week, and after thoughts of all sorts of nasty things, like anyway, I won't go into that. After all these nasty thoughts, I sat down and I wrote a journal, and I thought, shit, this is what's happened. What's happened is you've taken on somebody else's perception as your own. Now, I'm a strong person. I've always been a strong person. Anybody who can get over what I did and still move on and still live a reasonably happy sort of life, has got a couple of degrees, has kind of moved on. Anybody who can do that can do anything, right? And I shouldn't have taken his perception of my life on, right? I shouldn't have. And that's exactly what I did. Anyway, Saturday, I was sitting on the couch. I was watching Oprah, and Oprah had a special on autism. Now, I've got 3 kids, or 2 kids plus one who's just being diagnosed with autism. And I was sitting there and I was watching, and the tears were just pouring out of down my face. They were just pouring down. Anyway, my husband got home from the labs and he said, what's wrong? And he sat down and he watched it with me. And it was pretty powerful stuff, because here there were these very severely autistic kids, and my heart goes out to their parents, and my heart goes out to the kids themselves. They're trapped. But what I was doing, I was sitting there and I was going, there is where we were. That was our benchmark from where we were. Stephanie was probably one of the most severely autistic kids that the doctors have ever seen here. And yet today she is a happy, vibrant, beautiful little girl who, although she's not talking yet, she's trying. Although she's not toilet trained yet, she's certainly trying. She's come so far. And we were watching these kids, and they were throwing tantrums in public, and had really strange behaviours in public and stuff. And I look at my darling little girl, and she's not like that anymore. So that just shows just where we've come from. I actually ended up videotaping it just so that I had this really big benchmark to tell me, look what you have achieved with this child. Yes, she isn't talking yet. That's beside the point. Look at what you have achieved. So that was really positive for me. Anyway, I've decided I'm not going to focus on the bad stuff. If I focus on the bad stuff, there's just so much of it, right? I can't afford to focus on that. What I've got to focus on is the good stuff. What I have achieved. The house isn't absolutely perfect inside, but gee, I've got 4 kids. I've got 2 of them with autism. I've got a business that I'm running. Everything is just so full. So I should not feel bad about myself. Anyway, that's what I was going to say, is that please don't let other people's perceptions of your life and of what you're going through destroy your self-esteem. it's just wrong, and it's sick, and it's just crazy. So anyway, focus on positives. Yes, acknowledge that the negatives happening very, very quickly. And say, yes, it's happening. Bad luck. Move on. Okay. Then turn around and be grateful for some stuff you've got, and that will turn you around. And I should know. Okay. So anyway, positive, 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 positive. Tonight I am going to a networking dinner, which is fine. I've just dyed my hair and it came out perfectly. I didn't follow the directions. I did it for half the time, so I didn't end up like Ronald McDonald this time. I loved Megan Jewelchick's videos. I think they're just awesome. They're beautiful. What else is happening in my life? I'm going to see the builder shortly to design the plans for my extension. It's going to make this house, instead of being 13.5 squares, it's going to be 32 or something. Anyway, that's going to be huge. We caught up to friends on Sunday, which we hadn't, actually our groomsmen from our wedding. We hadn't talked to him for about 7 years, and they came over for a barbecue, and it was just awesome. It was just beautiful. I really enjoyed it, and it was great seeing them. Anyway, so that was really, really positive too. My mum broke her hand on Sunday, which was a bit bad, but anyway, she's a pretty amazing sort of woman though, and she said, "Oh, Gillian, don't come over, don't do this, don't do that." Yes, mum, of course I'm going over there. I've got baked biscuits and cakes for her, and I'll take them over, and I've cooked a couple of casseroles, and I'll take them over, so that my dad doesn't have to do it all. Yeah, so that's another thing. Yeah, you try to be everything to everybody, but you just can't. What else? Oh yes, Sunday, on this weekend is my brother-in-law's 50th birthday, and my husband and I are flying to Adelaide. We haven't got any money, but anyway, we're flying to Adelaide for it. We've booked a hotel down on the Glenelg beach, which is just beautiful. And we're just going to spend the time, not necessarily going out for dinner and stuff, because my business is taking a lot of money at the moment. But we will be certainly spending time with each other and working out what we're doing, and so that's good. We'll actually have time. I fly back in on Monday afternoon, so that'll be nice. It'd be nice just to have a break. This is our biggest break from the children ever. 3 days is the biggest break we've ever had from these kids. Usually it's been overnight, and then we haven't done an overnight since 2004, so it's just stupid. Anyway, I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day. Don't get caught up with the negative stuff, and keep positive. Love you all. See you soon.